Hello there, everybody. My name is Tony McCarrick, and I'm a digital strategist in Södertälje, which is a municipality in Sweden, just outside Stockholm. And today it's a very exciting day. I'm going to interview one of the teams from Hack for Södertälje, and the team is called Talk Talk. And this is the fourth interview, and we're doing this interview to spread good practice. How do you make innovation happen? How do you make it happen quickly? How do you make change happen? Why are these global questions? And why do we have to help each other so it'll be better? So we're going to find out who they are. They're going to tell us why they participated in the hack. They're going to tell us about their pitch, of course, which is the big thing, and then some other stuff as well. So welcome, Talk Talk. So we'll start off. Who are you? Take it away.
Uh, First of all, thank you. And to start with, we are Team Talk Talk. We are three people, so I'll introduce myself. I'm Amita Singh. I'm a PhD student at KTH, Södertälje to be specific. And yeah.
All right, then we are husband and wife. I'm Utkarsh. I am the CTO of a startup based out of Berlin, Reasoner. And I also recently finished my PhD in computer science from the Max Planck Institute.
Well done, guys, huh? Great stuff.
Yeah, I can continue. Yeah, I'm Shreyans, and I am an embedded developer in Scania. So yeah, that's my connection to Södertälje. I live here for past 2 years.
Great stuff. And great, then let's move on. Why did ye guys participate in the hack, and why ye three? Is my next question.
So I had an idea initially, and I wanted to participate. So it's fun, it's exciting, it's also you get that excitement of doing something in 24 hours and what actually is possible and see all of that. So I started, then Shans joined in, and he was in Södertälje during that weekend, so he also joined it. So you can tell about your.
Yeah, so my motivation should be fairly obvious from the fact that I started a startup. I love tinkering with things. I have a very itchy trigger finger whenever it comes to building things. So as soon as my wife explained the idea to me, as soon as Amita did, I was itching to build it.
I must say it's so inspiring to hear that you guys with your wonderful educations and your knowledge and your background take your time to help Södertälje in their journey. So I must say thank you, and it's a wonderful. Okay, let's follow on. Let's tell us and show us about your pitch.
Yes, we would love to. So at this point, we have a couple of slides. If you don't mind, we would
yes, that's great. Please do.
In the meanwhile, Shreyans, perhaps you could introduce the problem.
Yeah, so the problem that we are trying to solve is to build the bridge between people, basically remove the language barriers, which we come, or if you're a new person to, if you're an immigrant, basically,
yes.
Trying to overcome that language barrier with our solution.
Right.
Yeah, Utkarsh, take over.
So, hello. We were trying to make communication inclusive and engaging by removing the language barriers. This relates to the UN Sustainability and Development Goals, in particular 10.2, 10.7, 11.1, and 11.3, which all revolve around making the world a more cohesive place. And the language barrier is the first difficulty that people encounter whenever they migrate from one country to another. So we are ourselves immigrants. We have faced the language barrier in 5 separate countries just among the three of us. And our target areas are communicating with the government, the municipal offices, and the libraries and all other facilities which the government provides. So most of these communications are very high stakes, they are frequent, and they are unavoidable. So this is the place where we thought that we could make the most difference. What we built was a very simple chat app where someone would talk in the language that they prefer, and the other party would be able to communicate in the language that they preferred. These two languages obviously don't need to be the same. So Shreyans, for example, here is talking in English to a person who is me, who is communicating in German. So this is playing out a scenario where you are talking to a German immigration office. And this particular app has endless potential. We can integrate it with chatbots like Kim, or we can use it socially with multilingual participants where you have more than one language in the same chat room, and you can always communicate very smoothly. Whenever there are issues with communication, you can always see all the translations of the messages. We can embed, we can run in the cloud, and we can run on premise. So this is a very, very versatile solution. And this solution is right now live. It's available on TalkTalk apps of Södertälje. You can scan the QR code or visit the website, and you'll be able to see it. Now, I would like to quickly show you a quick demo of what the prototype looks like.
Great stuff. And while you're doing that, I must say, inspiring to see how you've really identified what's the problem that has to be solved, because who's going to say that's not a problem? That is a problem. And problems are, of course, so that's a really strong strength in your pitch, I must say, which is also, of course, scalable globally, which is also an enormous strength. So great stuff.
All right, thank you for that. So this is the interface. It's really simple. All you need to do is type in your username and select the language that you would like to see the chat in. So in my case, it would be German. I say, let's talk. And now I'm ready to say Guten Tag to the person on the other side. There we go. And the person on the other side can communicate in the language that they want. And the messages would appear.
I am on phone here and I am communicating in English. So I say good day.
And these are all the active languages in the chat room. So all the way from Bulgarian, which doesn't even use the same script, Japanese, down to English and German, which are the languages that we are using right now.
And Swedish, of course.
And of course, Swedish.
Just to clarify a question, so the user writes down the message, is that correctly, in their own language, and then your application voicifies it. It gives it a voice. Is that correctly?
So it's going to translate it in the language that you are writing your messages in. So I am only seeing messages in German, whereas these were written by the other people in the language of their choice. So right now we have disabled the text to voice and the voice recording features of the app, but you can imagine that they work in a very similar way. That this can actually convert the text to speech for you and record your own speech, convert it to text, and send it to the other person.
Okay. So you can use it as both text to text or text to voice or voice to voice potentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so impressive, guys, I must say. Tell me, what's if some people who are listening here, they probably don't have the technical background. What's the technology behind this type of solutions? Could you give us a few words about that?
Yes, indeed. So the technology behind it is a technique which in the recent years, the computer science community has worked very passionately on. It is deep learning. Yes. We have made a lot of progress in doing machine translations, which used to be a very, very difficult problem not less than 5 years ago. And at this point, we have made so much progress that this is available as a commercialized product. So what I'm doing is communicating to a language server, which is doing the translations for us in real time.
Wonderful, thank you. And if I asked you the question, would this have been possible to do 5 years ago?
And I'm happy to answer no. This particular application is fairly recent. Doing it at this particular level of quality, such that you can communicate very small sentences, can translate them, is very, very recent.
Thank you. And I think this is really important message, because one talks often, oh, things are changing so fast. Well, now they are, and that's my perception as well. Stuff that you couldn't do a few years ago, you can actually do it now. And I think it's an important thing to help organizations and municipalities to understand that artificial intelligence and deep learning and all that, it's not something that's coming later on. It's here already. It's just that the majority of us don't understand it and don't know how to use it. So that's why it's personally, I think really that voice is going to be a change maker, and in other parts of the world it is there already. And in particularly, I think those people who are maybe on the edge of technology. So the voice is going to be a big possibility. So I'm delighted you lifted up that. Great stuff, guys. Time flies by when you have fun. So we'll trail on to the next question. What was it like participating in the hackathon?
It was, Shash, do you want to go?
Yeah, I can start. Yeah, it was a really fun experience. When I started, it was just trying to have a fun weekend, learn some new things, meet some new people through this hackathon. But soon it became very engaging. I slept hardly 2 hours during that. I got too involved in it, but it was definitely every minute of it was fun. So yeah, that was a very learning and rewarding experience.
It was indeed, actually. And it was also the energy of the event was so good, so great, that it kept us going. We couldn't sleep, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. If I can just comment on that, and thank you guys for the feedback. I really appreciate it. We've had a lot of questions, but it's an online hackathon. Can people feel the participation? And you've just answered, yes, you can. So it can be done, of course. And of course, one of the wonderful things about an online hackathon is that it's global. So the possibilities is actually enormous. Yes.
Yeah. Kudos to the organizers. You did a very good job in keeping us engaged. As you say, it's very difficult to keep everyone engaged online, but that was really good. And it was really impressive to see so many different people from different backgrounds joining Hack for Södertälje. So it left a very positive image of the commune to me. I've seen companies organize hackathons and stuff, but as a commune organizing and promoting such a hackathon, it was I had a very positive impression about the commune after that.
Thank you, guys. You're really warming our hearts here. So thank you very much.
So there's also the organizers and the coaches. It was tremendous help, and it was a great experience to be throwing questions and getting instant answers.
Yeah. So. Thank you. And I think this type of hackathon, it helps organizations answer the question, how do you make innovation happen? And it's getting people who look at the world in a different way and get them motivated. How do you get people motivated? When you answer that question, then you can see the magic happen. And so great stuff. Okay, guys, we're on to the last question now. Some of the people who are listening here, they've probably never been at a hackathon. So if you would give any advice to people who are thinking, maybe I should join a hackathon, you know, in Sweden or globally, what would your advice be?
Jump in.
That's a good one. Short and sweet.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a big task from the outside, but when the team gets going, everything the organizers will help you. There are coaches and stuff in all the hackathons. You just have to start, and once you start, it just gets easy from there on.
You also get to meet like-minded people, and
yeah,
that's hard to find. So.
Great stuff. So, guys, thank you again, each one of you and the whole team, that you took your time not only to participate in the hack, but take your time to do this interview to spread the good word. We're delighted. And I want to say thank you, of course, to everybody who's listening, and we'll see you all again soon. Take care now.
Thank you.